Hi, everybody. Welcome to our practice and contemplation group. Hope everybody's doing well. As I was leaving the house to come here to the tent, I felt a overwhelming sense of gratitude to be alive and to have one more day to sit down and practice and contemplate the Buddha's teachings and words. This year, my high school class completed their 40-year reunion. They have this habit in the United States that every 10 years or so, the high school classes like to get together and have a reunion. So I think my high school class had around 400 students. I'm not exactly sure, maybe 450. Of course, I couldn't go because it's very, very far away and it's a big, expensive trip. But I had some friends that went, and one of them asked me, guess how many people from our high school class have passed away? So I'm 58 years old. And I thought to myself, out of a class of 400 people, I don't know, 5, 6, 40 of them have passed away, 10%. So they died before or up until their mid to late 50s, 40 people. So a lot of times we think, oh, I'll live to 80, I'll live to 90, but really there's no guarantee. So every day is a precious gift to train our mind, develop a good heart, try to leave this world a little better than we found it, because inevitably all of us at some point have to leave. So here's an interesting question. Rinpoche, how do you know if you are enlightened or getting close? So Rinpoche said, well, how do you know it's daytime? When all of your obscurations have been completely removed, wisdom to attain liberation in this lifetime. A less accomplished practitioner who is nevertheless very diligent can find several opportunities for liberation at the time of death. The next question is, most of us here are not Buddhists, and we live and work with people who aren't Buddhists. How can we bring our understanding of the causes of happiness and suffering to our lives and work when those around us have a different way of seeing the world? We all have different backgrounds and perspectives. We don't have to become Buddhists to work effectively, but we do need to help people understand one another. Whatever we do, the underlying question is, what is our motivation? If we are striving for peace, we act out of equal compassion for the victims of war as well as the war makers. If we are animal rights activists, we act out of compassion not only for the animals being hurt or killed, but also for those who are doing the hurting and killing. In both cases, because the essence is compassion, the approach is spiritual. If people work hard to eliminate suffering, aren't successful, they will continue to look for solutions. If they try one thing and it doesn't work, they will keep trying until something does. Because you are offering more comprehensive solutions, people will respond. Rather than picking all the poisonous fruit from a tree and throwing it on the ground, where it will eventually produce more poisonous trees, you show the means to uproot the tree altogether. And final question here. Can prayer help to end suffering? Rinpoche said, the blessings of prayer help temporarily, but not on the ultimate level of enlightenment. You can pray until your voice is gone and your throat is raw, but your prayers won't eliminate the fundamental cause of the problem you face. Each of us must address the confusion that we perpetuate with our ordinary dualistic mind. Prayer is a very interesting topic that we could talk about for a long time. But if we truly believe in interdependent origination and the law of karma, everything we say, think, or do is planting a seed that in the future will ripen. So if you really analyze, what is a prayer? Prayers are positive affirmations, positive desires, positive aspirations. So every time that we're using our mind in a positive way to wish well for others, wish well for our families, wish well for ourselves, we're planting positive seeds that, because of the law of cause and effect, at some point will come to fruition. A lot of times, we sort of have the attitude of a child that's praying for a new bicycle from Santa Claus. And when that bicycle doesn't arise, we have appear, we have a crisis of faith, like, oh, prayers don't work because Santa Claus didn't bring me the bicycle. So when we don't see immediate results of our prayers, sometimes we feel like there's no power to prayer. But when we think about the incredibly complex nature of causes and conditions that have to come together for karma to come to fruition, it's not that affirmation or that prayer will not be realized. It's just that there has to be a lot of interdependence for the correct causes and conditions to arise for that fruition also to come to completion. So it's like we don't always see the immediate consequence of our prayers, but if we understand the basic dynamic of interdependent origination or dependent origination, it's absolutely infallible that all of our prayers, not because of a powerful God or a powerful Buddha, but the law of physics of how the world and how the universe functions, at some point will come to fruition.